What time of year is it? Halloween! Oh, tell they're organic, bit of mud. Halloween is a period or a day where we buy pumpkins, we chop them into fancy faces, we put a candle in them and we just sort of let them rot. I think that's a bit mental. So what I want to get across is just because you carve it, nothing wrong with carving it. Carve it, but please eat it. So they're very closely linked to squashes, obviously. So it's a very simple transition between cooking a pumpkin and cooking a squash. So let me show you how to break it down so that we can get all of the seeds out, ready for carving. But then I'm going to show you how to utilize the whole thing. Okay, let's go. Right, first things first, get rid of this mud. How can we protect ourselves? Get yourself a little tea towel. Tip of the knife, be careful. Nice and gently. Push and wiggle. Watch out for your fingers as you go round. Take it out. Push, wiggle. You can go. And easily take it out. Inside, you've got your pumpkin seeds. So what you can do, if your pumpkin is big enough, you can get your hands in. Get yourself a spoon and a bowl. Then all you're going to do is just start breaking that middle. There is so many seeds in pumpkins, it is insane. Your seeds. So you want to pull, you can pull this membrane out as well, which we can still use. So look, that is one pumpkin and all of its seeds. So there's 12.8 million pumpkins that are bought for use of decorations. So you imagine doing the maths, 12.8 million times this. It's a lot of waste, So we're gonna go through how to prep it, how to use it, and I'll give you a couple of recipes. See you in a bit, bye. I am going to turn this into two things. I'm going to split this one down. Make sure your hand is flat on top. Split, split, split. Roll it round, flat surface, it won't wobble. One, I'm going to take a little section off. Down, chop. Down. So I'm actually going to turn these into big, nice chunkies. So the skin is totally edible. On some of the bigger ones, the skin will be a lot tougher, but on the smaller ones, it'll be just like a butternut squash and you'll be able to eat it. Now, grab yourself a tray, get yourself a little bit of baking paper, put your pumpkin skin side down, or sorry, skin side up, flesh side down. So what's gonna happen as it cooks, it's gonna steam the inside, and that is what we want. No need for oil, no need for nothing. Put this in the oven, about 180 for about 45 minutes, and then we'll have a look when they're done. Okay, bye. Okay, so with these seeds, they're probably gonna go in the oven for about 150, 160, 1 to 2 hours to dry out. If you wanna roast them, then you obviously give them a little bit more, a little bit of oil. But we're gonna try and dry them out as much as possible, and then I'll come back in a couple of hours. Okay. And last but not least, all these beautiful little diced pieces. So these we're gonna roast up. A little bit of oil, a little bit of salt. Gonna keep these nice and plain, no spices needed. And then we're gonna roast these in the oven, 180, 30, 40 minutes, keep an eye on them. So here, excuse me, here are your little roasted pieces. Now these could have been the eyes, these could have been the teeth, these could have been the top. But look, beautifully roasted, ready to use on whatever you want. How easy is that? Come on people, it's not hard. Okay, ow! These seeds, there you go. So these have had about, I'm gonna say about half an hour. They're starting to dry out. They're not quite completely dried. So these are gonna stay in the oven for probably another half an hour, 40 minutes, just to get really nice and crispy. Otherwise they'll be a bit chewy. So back in the oven. As you can hear, very dry. If you wanted to get them unbelievably dry and super crispy, just keep them in the oven nice and low, dehydrate them. But these are gonna go into a granola as they are, because they're gonna dry out a bit more. So check out the recipe for that one. Bye. Ooh. Right, look at these. Can you see this? Can you see it? Get yourself a knife, any knife really, and just give it a little stab, and you'll feel it give. If it doesn't give easily, then it's not quite done enough. So this needs about another 5-10 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is, ow! I'm gonna get the membraney bit that had the seeds in, and I'm just gonna pop that inside, oh, skin side down, and then 5-10 minutes, we're gonna use that and turn it into a puree. Whoop. Right, so look, these pumpkins are now soft. They're soft. Leave these to cool, just put them to one side, half an hour, 40 minutes, and we'll have another check and we'll be back. Okay, now if I was you, I would allow this to cool down. But what you can see, is you can literally, skin be gone. Now that skin has kind of done its job. It's a bit like leather now, so that can go in Mr. Compost. I'm going to very crudely do it in small batches, but put it into my little blender. I'll grab some of this. In she goes. It's still really hot. So please be careful if doing this at home. Children, please ask parent supervision. Look, pretty much half a pumpkin in there. How much space is that going to take up in the freezer? Right, I'm going to do the rest. I'll see you in a bit. We're going to pass it through a sieve because there may be a few bits and pieces. The easiest thing to do is just get a sieve, back of the spoon, and just push that through. Is post. Look at the difference. Looks like a bit of an effort, but this is like silky smooth, and this is like chunk-a-lunk. A little bit of effort goes a long way sometimes. This beautiful, silky smooth puree, this can go in the freezer and be kept for absolutely ages. It can be put through loads of things. You could turn this into a soup now. We're going to turn it into a pumpkin pie, which you'll see in one of the videos. There's also going to be a mac and cheese video, and you can put a bit through that if you want. It is so versatile, and look how much space that saves in the freezer. So look, there you go. That is how you can roast it. The eyes and the teeth, don't waste them. You can toast the seeds, dry them out. We're going to use them for a granola, which you'll see. And then you've got this beautiful, beautiful puree, which is just so versatile. So if any of you throw away a pumpkin this year, please, come on. We can do better, can't we? We can do better. Remember, eat the food you buy. We can save the planet. Don't forget to check out all of Love Food Hate Waste, amazing resources on their website, because there are some great fridge saving tips and freezer tips and complete eating, you name it. Get involved. Bye.